Hi, it's Jacob. Today we've got a grammar question for you. This is off the December 2015 ACT, that's Form 72E. And remember, folks, that ACT questions that I'm picking have a lot of transferability to the SAT, meaning the skills and strategies we cover here, particularly on this a question like 19, are going to convert well to SAT questions. So this is an apostrophe and pronoun question. The same policy is going to apply on similar SAT questions. And conversely, anything I do on an SAT question will work on an ACT question. Okay, let's get going. So take a look at your sentence, read all the way through to salt water. Now, one of the things you probably notice is I really pushed you to read all the way through. The reason for that is even though we're kind of have our underline here at the beginning, you always want to follow through on the end of your sentence. Just because you don't know what that back end has, you always want to read every word in these passages, and you don't want to be surprised in an unfortunate way. So let's look at what we've got in the answer choices. No question here, so it's a mechanics question. We've got ITS or IT apostrophe S, that and that's. So we have two things. We have the apostrophe on A and B, and then we have the question whether it's it or derivation of it in A or D or that in B and C. Start with what you're most comfortable with. For me, that's going to be the apostrophe. I look at both of these apostrophes and I see a commonality. Not that you need one, but they're both exceptions to the possessive rule, right? That the rule that apostrophes indicate possession. It means it is. That apostrophe S means that is. A great trick, and a really important one, by the way, because these show up a lot, is to plug in and read it is or that is or who is or they are for those contractions. So try it out. 10 years earlier, before the sun first warmed, it is chilly Dover home. Ooh, I had a hard time getting that one out, to be honest with you. That's really awkward. That is doesn't need to be there. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of A. And most of you are probably saying, go ahead and can B too, but I'm going to check it just to make sure. 10 years earlier, before the sun first warmed, that is chilly Dover home. Ooh, same problem. So now I'm left with C and D. Now, C is just the relative pronoun, or sometimes this is used to discriminate what we're talking about. That dog, that person, right? And then we've got the possessive form of it's, right? So my first guideline with possessives is you have to have a noun or noun phrase after it. Chilly Dover home. Well, definitely some nouns there, but we run right into chilly when we get done reading it. Right after the possessive, it's chilly. It's chilly. And if we were saying it is cold, it'd be it is chilly, right? Not ITS. So I don't think chilly is a noun here. I think it's a modifier. I think it's an adjective. But that's okay, right? That's why I said the phrase thing, because we do that all the time. We say things like, that's Ben's red jacket. Hi, Ben, I hope you're watching. So the red jacket belongs to Ben, but red is just a modifier. Ben doesn't own the color red. So that's okay. Now I need to ask myself the logical question. Is the ITS here the owner or possessor in some sort of material or abstract sense of the house? So what nouns do I have before? We have the sun and we have 10 years, right? Really years. Well, years doesn't make any sense from a mechanical perspective because we have the dash separating it, but also because it just doesn't make any sense. And so I don't think that's going to work. So I think it has to be sun. Before the sun first warmed, it's chilly Dover home. Well, when I read that, that's clear that I'm talking about the sun owning the house in some way, shape, or form. And I'd have to do quite a leap of metaphysics to construe that. So I don't think it's going to be it's, because I don't think the sun has possession of the house in any significant way. So that leaves me with that. That Dover home. That Dover home. That's an example of two things. The pronoun that being the recipient or the object of an action being warmed, and also the discrimination where it's that house, that person, that man, stop that car. It's also a nice rhetorical flourish that we use sometimes. That faithful knight, or so on and so forth. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I wish you the best of luck and hope you have a great day. Thanks. See you tomorrow.